Ugh. I need a goddamn haircut. I do though. I really do. Um, hey y'all. Gavin IRL here. IRL in real life. If you didn't know, yeah, you read the title right. The Synopsis Saga is almost over, and I really should have did a better job marketing that as the Synopsis Saga. Um, I just wanted to, before I get into that, I just wanted to start off by saying thank you to to all 122 of you on YouTube and more elsewhere for supporting my journey and the story that I'm telling. Um, Thank you all so much for putting up with me and some of these wacky ass funny music videos I've been making, along with the more serious or emotional ones like Synopsis. Um, Hold up. Am I recording? Recording I am. Call me Yoda. Anyways, if you haven't gathered by now, each release I put out is an episode of a much larger TV show-esque storytelling method. I thought it was a pretty innovative idea to have an entire indie label's entire discography, filmography tell an overarching story. Is it overarching or overarching? Can someone tell me that? Because I don't know. I mean, I could Google it, but I don't want to. There is a playlist that I created with every episode in watch order that is available on YouTube, currently called, very unique name, very unique. It's currently called The Story, in all caps. The Story. How creative. And it's at the top of the description of every video I have posted. It's literally called The Story. Go to any video, music video, behind the scene, whatever. Go look at it. There's like a little button that you can press that says The Story. You press it, you're right there. Also, on my homepage on my YouTube channel, it's right there too. Yeah, man. I just thought it was cool to do this and really innovative. And I'm rambling. Stick to the script, Gavin. I have a Google Doc on the monitor right over there because my memory is shit. I have the memory of a goldfish. Anyways, the idea of taking a whole catalog of songs and videos with different characters in it really started off when I was a kid. I've always kind of been doing music in some way, shape, or form since 4th grade. I really got into hip hop in high school. I've always loved taking completely different things and meshing them together, and I think that's why I love those MCU Marvel movies so much. They are a huge influence for how I go about creating these projects of mine. And another big thing that really got my gears turning on this whole idea was hearing skits on rap albums, mainly Dr. Dre's, Eminem's, and Wu-Tang Clan's. Really just got me thinking about, oh, so you can do this in music. I thought the whole idea of skits was a really cool concept that isn't really explored in any other genre of music typically. And I wanted to take that concept and just upgrade it by a shit ton, combining those larger Marvel-esque storytelling elements. While all of those influences have laid some definitive groundwork for me, even if the music side of things aren't necessarily as consistent or specific, with Wu-Tang or Eminem or whatever, I understand that the music is what's most prominent for them, being strictly musical artists for the most part, and stories are more from an album or video to video basis, or video standalone basis, or whatever. I'm rambling again, not saying what I want, but I think y'all got the idea. I say that because I want to stress that every single song I make will have a video, every single one, and that's because the video is just as important as the song is for what I'm doing. The only reason a song may not have a video is if it's a collaboration with somebody outside of this indie label that's not yet official, but it will be eventually, hopefully. But I'll cross that bridge when I get there. You know, like, I'm not going to be like, if some big artist hit me up, it's like, I want to do a song with you. Or just an artist that I really like that maybe is smaller. It's like, I want to do a song with you, but I can't do a video. I'm not going to say no, probably. But yeah. Sometimes, as you will see, especially in future releases, a song with audio, only audio, could be interpreted a million different ways, which is a really cool thing and very special to me. And I will definitely continue to make songs that work like that. Probably the biggest example of one that is currently available is R.I.P. I think it's just a very cool thing as a writer and as a creator to be able to do. But just because you can interpret it a million different ways from the audio, you have to take some direction in the video. I want to try to make everything fit as this big story. So R.I.P. There was the love scheme, there was the not caring scheme, and there was the serial killer scheme. So I mainly focused on the serial killer scheme, even though you could definitely obviously tell the other schemes are important in the song. Alright, well, moving on. The purpose of the Synopsis Saga was to showcase a variety of tones, both musically and visually. Synopsis is an emotional, isolated, and vulnerable piece of work, while Brain Rot is a clapback at a lot of hate Synopsis got on TikTok. So it's Brain Rot, making fun of Brain Rot TikTok culture. With R.I.P., the next video, on some Dexter Morgan shit. And it goes into a skit, my first skit, where it's revealed that the guy who was dead or asleep on the couch in all the previous videos, his name is Shit Shady. And he is literally existing just to make fun of the fact that every single white rapper gets compared to Eminem, whether or not they actually sound like him or not. And it's not meant to be like, you know, it's just meant to be funny. You know, if you sound like Eminem, cool. If you don't sound like Eminem, also cool. But the fact that people always compare, whether it's a good or bad thing, I don't know, it's still just funny. Anyways, leads into the next video, Synopsis Shit, or Shit Shady, because he's an asshole. Shit, asshole. He just completely expresses his absolute hate for the song Synopsis. And he says some very awful things. And Arsuit, who is the guy from R.I.P., he gets very mad and he shoots Shit Shady in the groin. In the next skit, Big Sue skit, Shit Shady is getting dragged by P-Suit and my stepbrother Drake, who is actually, his character is called Revenant, and they drag him to the hospital. Well, at least they're on the way to the hospital, and Arsuit gets a notification on his phone about a certain UK rapper who, let's just say his actions. It's a certain UK rapper in his actions. And it led Arsuit to make the decision of making a diss track called Euthanasia. And Euthanasia is cool to me because this is definitely my most technical song. Like, damn near every single word rhymes, and there's lots of wordplay and flow switches. And yeah, it's cool. And the cool thing about it too is from the video aspect, it's a lyric video. So the song is literally the video Arsuit uploaded to YouTube. So that's like how it works in the canon. And that's the seventh installment of the discography or filmography so far. There's one more to go, and that's why I'm making this video, just to kind of recap everything. But pretty much, also, I wanted to note that I wanted to get the audience used to there being multiple different tones, both musically and visually, and that my mind and the way I create is very open-minded. Sure, it's all going to be rooted in hip-hop, because that's just what I do, but all of my influences, like, from life, like, hip-hop was probably the last genre I really discovered, but it's my favorite, by far. Well, maybe not. I like metal, too. Metal and rock's pretty close, but, anyways, I just wanted to be like, okay, you're going to have a emotional song like Synopsis into a horrorcore song like R.I.P. or a completely absurd and disgusting song like Synopsis, or just a funny song like Brain Rot or whatever, and it all coexists with each other in terms of a larger story. Though, of course, you can watch them as just songs and enjoy it in standalone formats. But I just thought it was a smart idea to get the audience used to a bunch of bipolar tones right out the gate. It just saves further headaches in the future in case I have to change tones from project to project, which I mean I will. I just didn't want it to be like, I want to make a whole EP that's soft rock and pop and hip hop, and the next EP is like jazz and hip hop, and people are like, what the fuck are you doing? So I just wanted to get everybody acclimated to tone shifts. And then also too, like, I don't think anybody's mind, because that's the setting of all this, is in my head, right? I don't think anybody's mind is completely 100% of the time, oh wow, the world is flowers and rainbows and happiness. And then maybe someone else's mind is, oh, the world is dark and brooding and I'm Batman. No, you're going to have the I'm Batman and I love life and oh my god, fuck this shit, someone just died. So there's going to be all of these different tones that's back to back to back to back. And that's how the human brain works, you know? So just having a whole discography of just sadness or of just comedy or just grounded or just emotional or whatever, like, that's not going to work for me. But yeah, the cool thing about everything, I think one thing that's been consistent is the way I mix things, it's saturated, but it's soft at the same time, which I thought was pretty cool. Just the way I figured out how to do that, especially the stuff coming next. And also from a visual standpoint, literally every single video, except you can maybe argue Synopsis, has horrorcore tones in it. Maybe not horrorcore, but just horror tones in the visual, especially when I do the demon voice in the audio, and then also the undersaturated black and white thing mixed with the color and the flashes and whatever. It'll make sense if you actually watch the videos, which I'm sure you have if you're watching this one. But yeah, one thing I'm definitely going to try to, and that I've been working on, is getting the mixes and mastering stuff a lot better quality, because I'm doing it all myself. Unless it's a YouTube beat where the beat's already mixed and that portion of it's already done, I'm doing it all by myself. Like, to be frank, I don't have the money to go and be like, hey, mixing engineer, here's $100, mix my song. No, I don't got money for that. And also, it's something that I want to learn how to do myself. Like, it's my music. You know what I mean? I want to be very hands-on with everything that comes out of Dragon's Den Records. And a lot of these future projects, they're pretty damn close to being professional, I think. Like, post-Synopsis Saga, like, a lot of these are really cool. Like, I'm really, really proud of the mixes I can get on these, especially the first big project after the Synopsis Saga. You'll know it when you hear it and see it. Plus, too, like, even Dr. Dre said, I think, at one point, like, you're never going to get a mix 100% finished. You just aren't. It's not possible. The whole point of this is trying to get it to as perfect as you can. But you got to release the song at some point. You know, if you were to not release the song because the mix isn't done, that song is never going to get released because the mix is never going to be done. There's always one little, like, 0.1 dB that you can maybe raise or lower and be like, maybe I like it there, maybe I like it there. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean that you don't aim for perfection, though. You just got to know, like, when you spend enough time on it and be like, okay, this is good enough. You know, like, this is good. Like, this is good. Stop. Just do it. Just release it. Wrapping up. I just think that I've hit some really cool milestones this year, and I just wanted to share them with y'all. You know, just so I guess to recap, I released my first song along with 6 other tracks and one more final track for this season. The season finale, if you will. Coming to y'all very, very soon with a big surprise that will probably throw y'all for a loop. But it is really cool, and it sets up some really great things. Another milestone, I hit over 100 subscribers on YouTube. Thank you. Currently 122, which is really cool. Thankful for every single person that watches. Also, October, I flew on a plane by myself for the first time, and that was really cool. And I opened for G-Dep in Manhattan with my first live performance as the Dragon. I've never been in New York before that, and it was a really cool experience. And yeah, I mean, it was cool because I performed a lot in my life, like a lot of different like school events mainly, sometimes just side gigs, just playing instruments for people, whatever, but never like an opening act for somebody, especially rapping. Like I never really did that live before. So it was really cool to do that. I got that John Cena follow on Twitter, which I know he literally follows like 1 million people. But hey, I'm one of them, and that's really cool to me. I like John Cena. Peacemaker is one of my favorite shows. And then later in the year, also on Twitter, 2 of my favorite MCs ever to touch the mic, Exhibit and the DOC. They both followed me. Granted, I think that was more because I'm a big fan and I'm very vocal on Twitter about their music. But regardless, that shit's fucking awesome. I'm still on cloud 9 about that. I don't even remember when that happened. It was sometime this year, but I'm still like ecstatic about that. And of course, I don't want to miss another milestone. I don't want to forget that. Having my videos, my content I make reacted to by one of my favorite reactors, Cliff Beats. Thank you, bro. Thank you for the support. It is really cool that you're open and willing to help me out like that. And I'm glad that you enjoy the stuff, too, that I make. And I say all of that because I believe it is very important as a human being and as a society to express gratitude to each other. Hell, even in my videos, I'm always paying visual or audio and or homages to let's see, Dr. Dre, I did him, Eminem, 50 Cent, Dexter, Marvel, Breaking Bad, James Gunn, whoever, whatever. But yeah, this next music video I release will be the final installment of the Synopsis Saga. Thank you all so much. The music video trailer is coming very soon, and it's called Trailer. There's no trailer for the music video. That'd be a little stupid. The song is called Trailer. So, synopsis, trailer. You can guess what comes next. Stay tuned. Peace.